The David Bar is touted to be the most protein-packed protein bar on the market today, but is it better? To help you decide, let's take a look at the David Bar right now. So I like to look at who's behind these things, and when I looked into the David Bar, I found that the CEO of David Bar is Peter Rall. He is an entrepreneur, and in his previous life, he was also the founder of another little protein bar you may have heard of called the RX Bar. The Chief Science Officer of David Bar is Peter Attia. You may know him from his podcast, and from various websites that I saw when I looked into this, both Peter Attia and fellow podcaster Andrew Huberman may be investors in the company. The David Bar comes in 4 flavors, and each of them only have 150 calories, which isn't a lot. And here's how each of the David Bar flavors stack up against each other. As you can see from this comparison table, the amounts of protein in each of the David Bar flavors is the same, coming in at 28 grams, which is impressive for a protein bar. The protein is coming from a combination of milk protein isolate, collagen protein, whey protein concentrate, and egg protein. I must say that I was a little disappointed to see collagen as the number 2 ingredient in the protein blend. To me, this suggests that the David Bar may have more collagen than whey protein. And overall, I don't have a problem with collagen itself. There is, for instance, some research that it may help smooth fine lines and wrinkles on the face. I'll link to my video below so you can see those before and after pictures. But I bring this up because other lines of research have suggested that collagen may not be as good at building muscle as whey protein. That said, I was pleasantly surprised to see that the David Bar, unlike many of its competitors, does not contain a lot of saturated fat. I did notice a typo on the company website. Some of you may think of this as nitpicking. However, if you look at the nutrition facts label for the David Bar, you will see that they list the amounts of calcium in micrograms when it really should be in milligrams. I agree, it's a small point, but something that the company definitely needs to address. Each David Bar has 7 grams of allulose. Allulose is an alternative sweetener. It doesn't have a lot of calories, and there is some preliminary research that allulose might promote the growth of good, healthy bacteria and maybe even increase GLP-1 levels. However, I do want to be upfront and say there's no evidence that the David Bar is going to help people lose weight by raising GLP-1. David Bar also uses a modified plant fat called EPG. EPG stands for esterified propoxylated glycerol. Yeah, I know, try saying that 3 times really fast. Regardless, the EPG molecule is used to basically make the bar taste better and also keep the calories as low as possible as well. And for those who want to delve more into the biochemistry of EPG, there is a nice video on all this on the David Protein website. Now remember that the CEO of David Bar is also the former founder of RX Bar, which is very popular. I got curious, and so here is a table of how the David Bar compares to the RX Bar. From this table, a few things jump out at me, and number 1 is that even though the David Bar is larger, clocking in at 58 grams, it has fewer calories than the RX Bar. In this example, I picked the chocolate sea salt version of the RX Bar, and I thought it was ironic that the chocolate sea salt version actually had less sodium than the David Bar did. On the plus side, neither of these bars has any added sugars, and when it comes to total protein, absolutely, David Bar wins hands down with 28 grams per bar versus only 12 grams for the RX Bar. Now, I didn't do any taste testing for this review, so if you have tried the David Bar yourself, drop a comment below and let me know what you think.